Hey, what's up, everybody? Hope everybody's having a good weekend and about to get out and celebrate Mother's Day with all their moms. It'll be a good weekend, right? So today we're going to talk about Jason Garrett's most notable undrafted guys. All right, so this is serious. Cat mode time, as you know, we're in full effect. That means we're talking guys that have contributed in some sort of way with the Cowboys under Jason Garrett. All right, so let's go through the years here. 2011. Obviously, we didn't really have any big names or even notable guys that contributed. So we'll kick off with 2012, if I can get that out right, okay? So 2012, all right? Lance Dunbar, we got him. Obviously, he contributed here, you know, in the return game somewhat here and there, third down back. A lot of injuries plagued him, but he did contribute to the Cowboys, so that was a good pickup for the Cowboys. They got a couple of years out of him, so that was a good one. And we also got Ron Leary, right? This was probably, out of all the guys that under Jason Garrett, this is probably one of the better ones. Ron Leary, all right? So we all know what he did. They brought him on slowly here and moved his way onto the starting lineup. Big guy. He did have the medical coming out of Memphis, the medical with the knee, but he turned into something good here and made the most of it, of the opportunities here. And that's what you want out of these free agents, all right? So that was there. 2012, that was a good one. 2013, the most notable name out of that class, undrafted guys, Jeff Heath. He picked up a second contract here with the Cowboys. You know, they like what they are getting out of him. They've been bringing him along as well. He's going to have the opportunity to compete at safety, all right? Despite a lot of the guys that we have on the team, he'll have his opportunity. He is the special teams maven, however, so they do love that about him, and I like that about him as well. Made some plays here at the end of last year, but, you know, his coverage skills still are kind of one of the weaker points in his game, but definitely one of the better, most notable players. Undrafted guys out of Saginaw Valley, you know what I mean? 2014, Dustin Vaughn, quarterback. Obviously, he didn't last here, but he did start getting the QB search going, if you could say that, with the Cowboys. I think it started right there in 2014 is when they started kicking the tires around, taking stuff a little bit more serious. Obviously, Manziel was in the picture here. We won Zach Martin. So, but I would say 2014 is when they really actually started looking towards the future as far as considering a quarterback. And Dustin Vaughn, you know, got here, did some stuff in preseason, gave him another chance here. He just, you know, faded away, didn't really stick with the team, but nevertheless, he did make a name for himself somewhat, okay? Davon Coleman, defensive tackle. He stayed here for almost a year. Rod Marinelli, the thing about him was he was a little bit of a jokester, supposedly. Allegedly is what they said about him, so they weren't sure if he took the position on the team serious enough, and he didn't make it, but he did have some splash plays here in the preseason, making sacks, impressions, and that kind of thing. Had shorter arms, but he didn't make it. Tyler Patman, rookie here. You know, he contributed here in the season. Slot guy, nickel corner, played in the divisional playoff game against the Packers. So that was a decent name there. And then the last guy, most notable, Heath Smith, started here as a linebacker, right? And then they cut him, brought him back, and converted him to a fullback. So for a while here, you're kind of thinking, what's the deal with this guy? Why do they keep bringing him back? Now he's moving to a different position. And you know what they say, when you change position, that means you don't have a future. But he was able to stick. To his credit, he's stuck here. Cowboys seem to like him at the fullback position, and he's getting the job done there, okay? So Keith Smith, probably the best one of that group from 2014. 2015, Lucky Whitehand showed that he could have some juice, had some speed to him, but you know, a couple seasons in, nothing to show for it. You know, we've had some incidents here where didn't show up and this and that, and got benched for a game and just isn't making plays. Fielding the ball really bad, letting it go over his head, getting pinned in the 5-yard line, 2-yard line. Just not a very good player. Looks like he's on his way out, but he made a name for himself. 2015. All right. Lyle Collins. All right, the big name here. Undrafted, obviously. There was a whole controversy here during the draft. He didn't go drafted, so the Cowboys got a mega steal here. The steal of steals? Lyle Collins, right? So put him at there at guard. Pretty much got Leary out of there when he got an injury, stuck there. Now, they're going to give him a chance here at right tackle to make a name for himself there. And we'll see what they do there. He will be a restricted free agent, so the Cowboys will have the chance to tender him a high draft pick. A first-round tender, probably, to keep him another year, unless the team is willing to give a first-round pick and sign him away to an offer sheet. But then the Cowboys, they can match it. So we'll see what happens there with Collins. But everything's looking like he could make the change here to right tackle and be something for us. All right, a mauler, that's what we need. An upgrade over Doug Free. He would be that at the right tackle, no doubt about it. All right. And then the last guy here in 2015 that I like, David Irving. When they brought in David Irving here, that pretty much sealed the fate for Davon Coleman. When they brought Irving on here, Coleman was cut. All right, so, and that looked to be like the right decision. David Irving making plays, had a NFC Defensive Player of the Week with our first matchup against the Packers. That was a huge game for him. The only thing about him, we need the consistency, okay? So he had a couple big games here and there, but in some games he would disappear. So hopefully this year will be the year where we get more consistency out of David Irving. So that was a good undrafted guy there in 2015. 2016, didn't have many here. Most notable guy here, Andy Jones, wide receiver, number 81. Made a lot of plays in the camps, training camp, preseason. He started to fade away here, kind of fizzled out, which happens a lot of the times. You know, these guys turn heads. You're going to see that here, training camp. Oh, this guy's turning heads, this and that. And, all right, that's good, but when the lights turn on, what happens, all right? So that's the thing about these undrafted guys and rookies. We got to see what these guys are going to do in the preseason, all right? Training camp is good. Positive reports in training camp are good, but when action against an opposite opponent comes on, we got to see if they can keep it going, all right? And that was one thing Andy Jones did not do in the preseason, but the most notable player from last year, all right? So let's take a look at the slide here. These are the guys that the Cowboys have officially signed for 2017. So a couple of names here that we've talked about here. Blake Jarwin, they like him. Nate Thieker, this guy kind of reminds me, he could have the same career arc as Ron Leary. You know, has some medicals there with his back and herniated disc that's, you know, on his way to being fully healed. So Jahad Thomas, another guy here, could be a Lance Dunbar type. Would that mean Alfred Morris is out? We'll see what he does. They're trying him out in special teams as well, so I think the Cowboys are going to try to find a way to get this guy on the team. We'll see how he does, all right? So, but this is the official list here of the guys that the Cowboys have officially signed per DallasCowboys.com, okay? So let me know what you guys think of any of these new undrafted guys that you like. And what do you think of the guys that have, you know, kind of made a name for themselves on their Jason Garrett? Which ones do you think have been the best undrafted guys? And which have been not very good, all right? So that's it, guys. We'll see you here on Monday. Obviously, Sunday we take days off. And we'll see you back here on Monday, all right? So have a good weekend. And we'll see you for the next video. Thanks, guys. Hey, but there is one name, a very big name that you didn't think I forgot, did you? 2012 Cole Beasley, all right? The beast of beasts, probably the best undrafted guy under Jason Garrett. He's locked up here with us with a new contract, and he's become a big weapon for the Cowboys offense. And Looks like he's going to be another weapon here for Dak Prescott. The same rapport that he had with Tony Romo, he has it with Dak Prescott. All right, so can't forget about Cole Beasley. What a hell of a player that guy is. And now we have another clone here with Switz. We'll see how he does. All right, but for undrafted guys, home run hit with Cole Beasley. All right, so that's it, guys. We'll see you here for the next video. Thanks, guys.